please introduce yourself.
Okay, so I'm Rafid Mahmoud Rohan. You may call me Rohan. I'm a student of BBA Professional under National University. We are 3 members in our family, me, my father and my mother. My hometown is in Kumilla. My hobbies are playing guitar and spending time with my friends.
Fantastic, that's good. So how do you pass your leisure time?
Okay, so it's an interesting question. Well, I like to spend my leisure time with my friends, like gossiping, playing different type of card games like Uno. I spend my leisure time with these type of activities.
Okay. Do you find any differences in spending leisure time between your childhood and your at present age?
Yeah, I found a lot of differences because when I was a child, I used to play cricket with my friends, but now I'm a little bit older and my physical condition is not like that. So that's why the old days where I used to play cricket, football with my friends, now I can't give that much of effort to this kind of activities. Instead, I play card games, as I mentioned earlier, with my friends.
Right. Do you watch any games?
Yeah, I like to watch football most because I'm a huge fan of football.
Which one you like most? Live match or match in the TV, mobile or internet?
It's obviously in the TV because the screen is more bigger than the mobile is a little bit smaller, and of course it should be plugged by internet to watch a game live.
Fantastic, that's good. Thank you very much. I'm going to give you a cue card. Your cue card is describe a difficult lesson in your school life which you faced in your school life. A difficult lesson in your life. Why the lesson was difficult? How did you overcome the problem? What strategies your teacher took to make you understand? And what was the importance of the difficult lecture?
Okay. Yeah, so basically it's also an interesting question because I'm a commerce background student. So I faced a lot of difficulties by having the science related subject, like the business math, which is also included in my subject while I'm a university student. And yeah, I feel the theories which are being produced continuously in the Pythagoras mathematics, I can't recognize those theories in my mind for a long time. So that's why I asked my teacher that, ma'am, how can I pass this type of difficulties? So she gave me a wonderful idea that by writing those theories in my notebook, I would definitely develop the skills of not forgetting the theories, and also it helped me a lot to preserve this to achieve these materials in my personal educational life, and my teacher helped me a lot by doing this. And yeah, there are a lot of mathematics which I have faced a lot of trouble, like having a math which is quite big and has a lot of structures during the math. So I think it's, for me, like I'm a commerce background student, as I mentioned earlier, it's too difficult for me to understand those type of maths.
Fantastic, that's good. Now related to cue card, I will ask you some question.
Okay.
When you face any difficult situation, how do you overcome that problem? I mean, what type of strategies do you take to overcome that problem?
Okay, so it's also an interesting question. According to me, when I face the difficulties, at first I take advice from my father. Or sometimes I think about the topic for a couple of hours. Like recently I'm facing difficulties in reading, and so that's why I am searching a lot of different type of materials what the other students who are getting more than 8, like 8.5 or 9, how they are using, which methods they are using in the strategy to develop their skills. So in my case, I'm an overthinker in my real life, and I spend a lot of time to think how do I improve those, how do I achieve those which I have I have not achieved yet.
Okay, fantastic, that's good, right. Which task do you usually like most? Easy tasks or difficult tasks? I mean, easy work or difficult work?
Okay, so it's a tie between these two because sometimes when my mind is fresh, I used to take the difficult tasks, because then when my mind is fresh, I could gather a lot of knowledge from difficult tasks which I am not introduced to. And coming to the normal tasks, yeah, I usually face those tasks recently, but I prefer to choose the difficult tasks in my real life.
Okay, what's the importance of difficult tasks in our life?
Okay, so it's an interesting question. To develop the human being, especially, it has a critical role in our life to develop our tasks by facing a lot of difficulties. For example, if we go to the professional life, if we are working for a single company, we could not gather a lot of knowledge from the specific company. But if we work for various types of companies, we could gather a lot of knowledge according to the task which is being given to me. So I think that it plays an essential role in our life to face the difficulties in our life.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. This is the end of our speaking test.